Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's Wisdom Wednesday. My name is Kristen Gear. I am the Director of Operations for BNI Arizona, and I help support all of our 80-plus chapters that we have in our BNI Arizona region. Remember, guys, when you watch these videos, make sure to record one chapter education unit for watching. So, today's education is going to be all about thank you for closed business. We've had a lot of questions lately around thank you for closed business, so I want to make sure to provide a lot of clarity around thank you for closed business. So the very first thing about thank you for closed business is that thank you for closed business is kept confidential, guys. All of the thank you for closed business numbers that are reflecting on the PALMS report or within the chapter meeting is the business that members have passed to another member. So if you're reviewing the PALMS report for your own chapter, and each member has access to it in BNI Connect, but when you're reviewing the numbers, when it has the number next to your name, it's not the number that you've received from BNI, it's the amount of thank you for closed business that you've given to other members. The amount that members receive from BNI is kept confidential, and only the member themselves can view that information on their own personal profile. Because you'll notice that when you log into BNI Connect, whether it's online or in the app, you're going to notice the amount. It says thank you for closed business received. You are the only person that can see that number. Even myself with regional access, I cannot view any members' thank you for closed business numbers of what they've personally received from the referrals that they've received from BNI. So, I've heard some rumors that thank you for closed business was a different story. So, just wanted to clear it up that all thank you for closed business is kept confidential. And the reason for that is because we have many professions in BNI, whether it's financial advisors or attorneys, that thank you for closed business should be and remain confidential. So I just wanted to make sure that all of you knew that. Now, when you're logging thank you for closed business, and there's been some questions around notifications being received when a referral has closed. So there's a couple ways, because of the innovations over the years through BNI Connect, they have innovated on how referrals get processed. So there's two ways to submit thank you for closed business. The very first way to submit thank you for closed business is that when you personally receive a referral, there's an option to update the status on that referral, whether you have received the business or whether they've been in contact, so you can update the status. Now, if you click that you've received the business, it's going to proceed to take you to the thank you for closed business slip to submit the thank you for closed business. Now, when you update the referral, the notification gets sent to the member that the referral has been updated, that they got the business. However, guys, it does not say what the amount is because, again, thank you for closed business is confidential. Even vice presidents that can go through the report, if they go through a separate report to view all of the different details for a specific week, when it gives them the thank you for closed business number, it only shows who someone thanked for thank you for closed business. So if I thanked someone for thank you for closed business, let's say I thanked George Redheffer for thank you for closed business, on their sheet it's only going to say George Redheffer passed this much business. It does not show my name at all, that I was the one that submitted the thank you for closed business slip. So I just wanted to make sure that everyone's aware that no one can see who submitted the thank you for closed business. Now, the second way to submit thank you for closed business is just by going into your slips option in BNI Connect or the BNI Connect app and clicking the thank you for closed business slip to where you can then automatically submit the thank you for closed business amount to the member that had passed you the referral. Now remember, guys, when we're submitting thank you for closed business, it doesn't have to be through the update of a referral. because when we receive ongoing business, let's say it's a monthly thing. If it's we're going to a personal trainer every month, we submit the initial referral for the thank you for closed business. And then each month, it's a thank you for closed business from that personal trainer to the member. However, it's only one initial referral because it's the start of a new relationship, a referral relationship. Then the personal trainer would then submit each month the amount for that thank you for closed business to that member. So it's not a referral to where they're updating the status of referral every single month. It's the initial referral. They can update the status on that initial referral, but after that, it's just a simple thank you for closed business slip for the ongoing business. Now, that's the same if we receive business from a visitor. We want to make sure to record all business that we receive from visitors, guys. So at the bottom of the member drop-down menu, there is an option for thank you for closed business to visitor and to BNI. So if you receive business from past BNI members or through a connection that you met through BNI and it wasn't through a specific current member, then you want to choose thank you to BNI for that thank you for closed business. Now, both thank you to visitor and thank you to BNI, it still counts towards the thank you for closed business numbers for your chapter. So on the PALMS report that the chapter vice president pulls up to record the numbers for the weekly meeting, at the bottom of the report, it'll say thank you for closed business totals to visitor and to BNI. And so that is all totaled in your own chapter's information, because I did get a question about that, to where a member thought that if we thanked BNI, that it went into a big BNI cloud and that it didn't count towards your own individual chapter. And that's not the case. Now, when you are submitting cross-chapter thank you for closed business, that thank you for closed business total goes to the chapter where the member gave the business. So if let's say I'm in Hall of Fame and George is in Connectors, if I sent that thank you for closed business to George, it wouldn't count as me in Hall of Fame. It would count to George in the Connectors chapter because he was the one that passed the business. So again, thank you for closed business is the amount the members passed to another member. So it's same with referrals and testimonials at the end of your meeting, guys. We should always be sharing what we passed to another member, not necessarily what we received, although that's amazing that we're receiving all these referrals, but that ending part of the meeting is all about what we gave to someone else. So we want to make sure that we're recording the thank you for closed business. Now, another thing that has popped up lately is to where a member has passed a referral to a current member, and let's say it's a big dollar amount closed business item. If the referral was passed while they were a member, you can communicate, once the business is closed, you can communicate that information with your vice president so that way they can manually add that thank you for closed business onto the PALMS report under your name because you passed the business to another member. Now, that should only happen if there is the situations to where it's a big referral and the dollar amount is going to make a huge impact for the chapter and what the members have passed to other members. If it's an ongoing, just a monthly thing, let's say you have a monthly service with a member and that member that you are paying the monthly service to leaves BNI, we don't keep track of the thank you for closed business that happens throughout if you continue to use their monthly services after they leave BNI. So that piece does not count. It only counts if there's some big items that you were counting on making sure it got added into the thank you for closed business totals because it was passed before they had left and it was about to close right as they were leaving BNI. So just wanted to give you guys that clarity. Now, we do have a sheet. So if you represent a profession, because I know banking has a couple different rules as far as what to record for thank you for closed business, we do have a thank you for closed business sheet that walks you through what to submit as thank you for closed business depending on what profession you represent in BNI. because sometimes it's the commission, depending, like a real estate agent, for example, they wouldn't submit thank you for closed business for the entire amount of the house. They would submit the amount for the commission that they made off of that house. But for like a general contractor, they would in essence submit the amount for the entire amount of the job. So a lot of times you'll see a lot of thank you for closed business numbers coming through if the chapter has a general contractor and they do really big jobs. Other big thank you for closed business totals, sometimes bankers have really big thank you for closed business totals, because one of the items that they would submit is the interest off of a loan that they've done through their bank. A lot of times it's either commercial lending or home equities that they have put through. So there's different ways to submit thank you for closed business, but if you're an attorney or a financial advisor or someone that needs to keep your information confidential, you are set, because everything is kept confidential when it comes to thank you for closed business. No one can see the numbers except for you. So even in the thank you for closed business slips, if you wanted to put in some notes for yourself on what the thank you for closed business was for, that's totally fine, because you're the only one that can see that. So if you go into your slips and you review each of the thank you for closed businesses, you can see what the thank you for closed business was for. So that's a great way just to keep track, to make sure that you have submitted all of the thank you for closed business for the referrals that have been sent your way. So if you're watching this and you're like, oh crap, I should have submitted a whole bunch of thank you for closed business, it's not too late, guys. Make sure to go in, log the thank you for closed business. If you go into BNI Connect, I think is the easiest, because you can pull a full report. But on the home page, at the very bottom, you can actually pull a report that will show you all of the thank you for closed business that you have submitted. So that way you can do some checks and balances, make sure everything for the referrals that you've received have been submitted. So repeat business, all of that good stuff, guys. You want to make sure that you're recording it on a timely basis. Now, sometimes for monthly business, some of those monthly business customers report the thank you for closed business each month. Sometimes they report each quarter. Sometimes they'll report annually. So it's up to you and your system and how you want to report that. As long as it's consistent and it's getting reported, that's the biggest thing. So if you guys have any questions around thank you for closed business, make sure to message me and I can definitely help out. If you're someone that needs that thank you for closed business slip, I believe I actually uploaded it into the file section on this Facebook page. So you can check it out, print it, keep it as a reference for your own profession to make sure that you're recording the right thank you for closed business totals based on your profession. So awesome, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this week's edition of Wisdom Wednesday. And remember to record one chapter education for watching. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.